So will you chicken out from trying lab-grown chicken? Pressing question these days. Well, you might not even have that option in the future, as it could soon be coming to a plate near you. This week, lab-grown chicken was approved in the U.S., and the approval has been seen as a major breakthrough for cell-cultivated meats. This type of production would allow for food that tastes like meat to become standardized without most of the environmental or animal welfare drawbacks. Joining us is Eric Schulze, Vice President of Global Regulatory and Public Policy at Upside Foods. Eric, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So, Eric, what is lab-grown chicken exactly?
It's simply put, it's real chicken, just grown directly from animal cells rather than the actual animal's body.
Okay, so is this cloning?
It's not cloning.
Okay.
It's actually just growing the animal cells, like the muscle you would get that you would eat already off the grocery store shelf. Instead, we just grow it directly in our system.
So this is real chicken?
It's real chicken, and that's why it's regulated here in the U.S. by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which regulates, regular chickens, cows, what have you, regulated the same exact way.
Okay, so you don't actually go through the problem of actually having to raise the animal itself. You just go straight to growing what, fillets? What are we talking about here? It's just new to me.
Sure. Yeah, and it's new to a lot of people. Totally understand that.
Okay.
It's just taking the cells from the animal that you would eat, like the muscle or the fat or the connective tissue, and instead of growing the whole animal in the case of a chicken, 6 weeks, in 2 weeks or less, we're just growing the parts we need. We don't need the bones. We don't need the brain, none of that. So we can do it a lot more efficiently and tastes the same, looks the same, still comes out looking like a fillet.
And how can we do this? I mean, what's involved? I mean, this is obviously a major breakthrough. I mean, what's the science behind this?
Well, the science and idea is actually pretty old. It's over 100 years old idea, but the science is well understood. Just no one had tried to make a business out of it.
I see.
So in reality, it's a lot like a beer brewery or like a dairy operation. If you were to come to a production facility, it's very clean. Obviously, no blood, no slaughter is required. So we just grow the cells using the food they would eat, just in a simplified form.
So, okay, go on. The food that chickens eat. So
right.
grain,
so in this case,
just like protein?
Sugars, amino acids, and it's just put into, instead of it being obviously like a seed or an insect like a chicken would eat, we use it in its purified form, dissolve it into water, and the cells can directly absorb it. Okay. In this case, then, that's a much more simplified process, obviously. Much more efficient. And again, the product comes out nutritionally, looking, tasting, cutting, cooking the exact same way.
Exact same thing.
That's right.
Wow.
All of this information is public on the US FDA's website as well. So if anyone wants to check me on this or the company, it's all available for public scrutiny.
So is this the FDA? So you got a full approval from the FDA?
Both FDA and the United States Department of Agriculture.
Yeah, the USDA and the FDA. So both of them have given full approval. So are you on shelves already?
We're not on shelves yet. We were waiting on the USDA approval, which we now have.
Okay.
Alongside our colleagues at Good Meat, who also obtained an approval, and we'll also be selling here in the Bay Area at a local restaurant, supplying them with our initial product. Right?
Okay. So you're based in San Francisco.
Yeah, in Berkeley, California.
Berkeley,
just across the bay.
So you're going to start off in the Bay Area and grow from there, hopefully.
That's right. Our goal is to be on retail shelves as we build up our capacity to produce millions of pounds per year. It's truly astounding how large the meat industry is, and being able to compete with them is insanely challenging.
This is so impressive, Eric. I'm fascinated by this. So this could be like one of the major game changers in the food industry.
We're hoping so. The meat demand is expected to double in the next 50 years. And we're still competing with a limited source of land and water. That hasn't changed. We haven't gotten more land or more water to be able to feed the plants and the animals in order to meet that demand. So we came up with this way to do it because you can do it with up to 90% less land and water in order to grow the same amount of meat.
So you were talking about it, obviously an extremely clean environment to do this, but what are the criteria? What are the challenges in this way of producing meat?
Well, keeping bacteria and other contaminants out of the system. And, the same thing that makes the cells grow also makes bacteria grow. So we have to grow it in a system where only thing in present, it's so clean that the only thing present is our cells. So keeping them out is actually really important. And what's interesting is because of this, our product has no salmonella, no campylobacter. So the risk of foodborne illness is extremely low as a result compared to conventional chicken. And also increased shelf life because there's less bacteria in order to degrade your products in the fridge.
And obviously the big question is price. I mean, is this competitive? Is this cheaper? Much more expensive? How are you going to price this compared to regular chicken?
Right. Well, the price is going to be set by who's selling it, obviously, initially, and it will be entering the market price premium. To be candid with you, we're not producing a lot of it right now. But it is a world record amount of cultivated meat. Our goal, though, is to be at or below retail price for chicken as we're able to produce at scale. And that's the goal. And hopefully people will be able to buy it as cheap, if not cheaper, than the chicken they're buying today.
So it'll be premium like, bio and super well-fed chicken products? Is that
right.
what we're looking
at?
That's right. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. We're no longer the most expensive meat in the world, as was the case about 10 years ago when this industry first started.
Well, now with inflation, I mean, chicken is really expensive compared to a few years ago.
That's right. And so, again, our goal is as we scale up, it'll become cheaper and cheaper to produce this. And ultimately, we believe this will be a great alternative to conventional meat products.
Well, okay. So you expect to be on the shelves in the Bay Area when?
In the next few weeks or
weeks.
sooner. We already announced that we'll be going in restaurants. We've announced a competition if you're a young inventor or climate change enthusiast to come have dinner at our facility here to experience the product directly. But ultimately, sooner rather than later.
And in its raw form, I mean, it's like the regular chicken. I mean, you don't eat raw chicken. You have to be careful with salmonella and stuff like that. Or does the way it's grown change that?
Yes, we are abiding by the rules and the regulations of USDA. But yes, there is no salmonella. There none of the things that you would find in conventional chicken that could make you sick are in our product.
Wow.
So yes, but we do, of course, will require people to cook it to the proper temperatures and what have you until those rules are then changed.
Well, Eric, that's all the time I have. Thank you so much for sharing this. I wish you all the best, you and Upside Foods on this. And wow, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right. Eric Schulze, Vice President of Global Regulatory and Public Policy at Upside Foods.